Ow! I said ow and I didn't even hit anything but my chair.
Oh.
Anyway.
Hi, I was that kid that was a little too into Greek mythology growing up. Kiera.
I'm not a bookworm. I am a book dragon. There's a big difference. I hoard, I don't read. Emily, hi! Me! That's my name.
And welcome back to Gremlins by Nature.
I was like, why are they like waving at me? What I did the intro bit. I didn't do the intro to the bit. Anyway.
Oh my god, that was actually amazing.
This totally isn't our third episode we're recording in one sitting.
No.
No.
No, we would never do that.
Be prepared?
Only the freshest of content.
Be on time?
Yeah. No.
Pre-record?
No.
Plan?
We are...
In this house?
No.
Never. Who do you think we are? Put together individuals?
No.
Never.
Ooh.
Oh boy. So this episode's going to be a little different from the last two. Because we actually have a topic today.
We do.
And what is that topic going to be, Kiera?
Well, I figured I would subject you all to my neurosity and explain my obsession with Greek mythology
Hell yeah.
that I've had for almost 15 years now.
Jesus. I wish I could be that obsessed with something for that long.
I don't even really know how it started, but we're here. And we're queer, and they certainly were queer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, no. So, basically, I'm just gonna kind of... I'm gonna talk about, the creation of, the universe and how we get to, the, main pantheon of, Olympians that we kind of know today.
Cool.
Because that's in my opinion, the best place to start, because, you get, kind of how the universe was created.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if we ever do more of this, we can get into, maybe some mythos and stuff, because I could literally talk for fucking hours about this, and we'd only scrape the surface.
Love it.
So, Emily, are you ready?
I'm buckling in. Ready to go. I know, I don't even want to say basics because I don't even know the basics of Greek mythology. I know what I've learned through Disney movies and I think we had mentioned in our comic episode, Lore Olympus. That is the main of Greek mythos that I know. So I'm actually quite excited to learn more.
I should say, I guess part of my thing with Greek mythology is that I was introduced to Percy Jackson as a kid. Yes, I was a Percy Jackson kid. What of it? But also, on top of that, because I was really into constellations and astronomy at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Me being 9.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of the constellations are based in Greek mythology, and they have their own stories, hence why things work out the way they do for me.
Cool.
I know we kind of have it as just a warning on our podcast in general that it is explicit. I'm just going to put this out there that this episode will include sensitive subject matter, including incest, nudity, possibly sexual assault, bestiality, murder, castration, human sacrifice, slavery, the patriarchy.
Damn, we get nitty gritty with it today.
Yeah. So, if you don't think you can handle that, please skip this episode. We want you to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, no. worth listening to me rant about it. I understand that everything that we talk about in this is, like, obviously the things that happened were bad, and, like, but I think it's an important part of Greek mythology to talk about because it is how things were explained back then and
Right.
stuff.
Okay.
So, just a little warning. I will try to not make it as gruesome as I have learned it because, yeah. I'm also going to be kind of goofy with this because that's how we keep people's attentions.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's the MO of us, but also, you know, sometimes you gotta find a little bit of humor in it to get through it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like I'm giving a presentation, and just my general presentation style is, we're gonna give you information, but hopefully you'll laugh.
We might also make it a little goofy.
Yeah. So, let's get on with it, right?
Hell yeah.
So, in the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. In the beginning.
Sorry, I fucked you up on that one.
In the beginning, there was absolutely nothing. Like, its name was nothingness.
Oh shit.
Well, technically speaking, his name was Chaos, which is, he's the personification of nothingness. He just exists. I'm gonna use like multiple pronouns when referring to them because random fun fact: a lot of deities are they don't have a gender, but like they will present as certain ways, which is something I find very interesting. So like a lot of the times, you know, you do refer to, like, say Aphrodite, for example, as she, but a lot of times deities are kind of gender ambiguous.
Very cool.
But anyway,
I like that.
Chaos is the embodiment of nothing. He's a person, place, and a thing, all in one. This is a common thread in Greek mythology. I need you to know this.
Okay, very fun. I dig it.
Okay. So, how did Chaos get there? Absolutely no fucking clue. He just kind of exists. He's the starting point. They never really explain how he gets there. He's just there.
Right.
And he's just vibing in the primordial soup of the universe, you know?
I love that. Okay.
And you're just gonna have to accept that he's there. He's
it's fine. It
kind
happens.
of being. So, you know, a couple of, like, millennia go by. Nothing's really happening. Nothing exists. And he's getting a little lonely, to a certain extent. You know, he's bored. There's no one to talk to. Talking hasn't really been invented yet when you think about it, because...
True, yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah. He is the start of everything. So, anything he does is a new concept, right? Interesting, right?
Yo, that's fucking weird, but
Yeah.
I get it, yeah.
So, you know, he's bored and lonely, and what do you do when you're lonely? Well, you apparently make children.
Well, yeah, I guess.
It's never really explained how he makes said children. The most common one, I guess, is that it's through magic.
We're all aliens.
Yeah. But, so he goes off and he makes a slew of children. These are what we refer to as primordial deities. They're not titans, they're not gods, they're kind of like the foundation of things.
Right.
So we have Tartarus, who is a person, place, and a thing.
Person, place, and thing. Gotcha.
You might, to those who do know some about mythos, you might know him more as like the place that is the deepest depths of hell. That is him. We have Gaia, the earth.
Okay.
Personification of the earth and being.
Mm-hmm.
We have Eros.
I hope that picked up. Apologies for my cat hacking in the background.
We have Eros, who is the personification of desire.
Okay.
We have Erebus, who is the personification of darkness, and we have Nyx, the personification of night.
I love Nyx.
Right.
Nyx is my fave.
Yeah.
Queenie. Love her.
So we're going to kind of focus in on Gaia for a moment.
Okay.
So, Gaia exists, and at the point of when these beings come into existence, Chaos kind of goes into a dormant state where he's not considered dead, but he's not alive either. He is just a concept now, which is another thing that deities have been known to do in Greek mythology. So, like, he's dormant, he's chilling, he's like, okay, I had my fun, whatever. Peace. And Gaia's chilling, and, then another couple millennia go by, and wouldn't you know it, she was bored and lonely. And what do we do when we're bored and lonely?
We honey on Maine.
Yeah. But instead of choosing from her siblings, which I applaud her for, she magically creates Uranus, who is also known as Uranus. Uranus, there are multiple ways to say it. I'm going to say Uranus. Who is the personification of the sky. And she also has multiple other, or creates multiple others at this point in time. So there's probably like, I want to say like 10 others that I'm not going to get, because if I bog down in all the names, we're going to be here forever. But, she creates them, and you'd think that she'd stop there, but she doesn't, because she's still kind of bored.
And honey.
And honey. And, like, Gaia's a boss-ass bitch. She knows what she wants.
Goes for it.
Goes
Loves
for
it.
And unfortunately, Uranus is looking pretty fine.
Wait, that one was one of her siblings? Their siblings? Its siblings?
Her child.
Oh, her child. Sorry, there's a lot of names and I get confused very quickly, so there's probably going to be a few clarification questions.
No, if you need me to stop at any point,
Okay.
let me know.
Okay. No, I probably won't get you to stop, but there will be moments like that where I'm going to be like, wait, hold on. I remember that name, but what?
So, yes, technically, Uranus is Gaia's son.
Okay.
Did that stop what was about to happen? Not in the slightest. Is it extremely gross? Yes. Didn't he just come into existence? Yes. But...
So infant. A child.
But gods and primordial beings just kind of usually come into their final form. Like they're like...
They poof in as adults.
Yeah, like the dinosaurs that you like put water on.
Just... yeah.
Instant adult. Not always.
Right.
But a lot of the time that
Gotcha.
happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, they, for one of the very few times, consensually fucked.
Okay.
Yeah. So, at this point, apparently, Uranus's semen's pretty strong.
Oh, no.
And
I hate that sentence.
kind of accurate.
Oh, no.
Because, wouldn't you know it, Gaia's pregnant. Like, actively pregnant, not just like, oh, I'm making magical beings, like, I'm, like, pregnant.
Oh, like not just poofing into existence.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a baby in there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Pregnant.
Okay. Pregante.
Yes. And thus begins her giving birth through a myriad of times. It's never exactly said whether or not they did it multiple times, or if this all happened at once. I'd like to think there was a little bit of space in between, because goddamn her poor body for what I'm about to say. It is estimated that she gave birth to as low of a number as 30.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so I like to think that it wasn't all at once. I like to think there was, like, at least a couple months in between.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe you have some twins.
I was
fine.
going to say a couple triplets, quadruplets, something going on in there, yeah.
But the Duggar clan can eat their fucking hearts out.
Bet you wish you had 30 kids. Make a whole damn church with it.
So, okay, where am I at? Hello? Oh, there, okay. So, you can kind of break down the slew of children that that Earth Gaia had into three main categories. You have the Titans, you have Cyclops, and you have the Hecatonchires. Yes.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
Okay.
Obviously, like, people know, like, Cyclops, one eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty basic. A Hecatonchire has 100 arms.
100 arms?
Yes. Hence the form Heca, meaning 100.
I would hate to get bitch slapped by one of them.
Oh, very much so.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
But I guess you could say they're very handy.
I love you. Better than the foot fungus soup. At least we're redeeming ourselves now.
Okay. So, obviously the Cyclops and the Hecatonchires play a big factor later into the story, but right now we're going to focus on the Titans.
Okay.
So, the Titans we're going to talk about mostly are Cronus and Rhea, but they do have siblings such as Oceanus, Tethys, Hyperon, Thea, Coeus, Phoebe, Themis, Mnemosyne, Curious, and Aptus.
And these are all
Titans
who are Gaia's children?
Yes.
Okay. We're getting there. All right.
Yes.
All right. The web is building.
It's going to get much bigger.
Oh, I can only imagine. I thought my family tree was big.
Same. Fun fact, I'm going to interrupt for a second.
Interrupt yourself?
Yeah, yes. Interrupt. Like, it's like a fun fact within it. It doesn't really pertain to one.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyway, one time I was doing a count of the gods and goddesses and deities that exist.
Mm-hmm.
There's over 600.
Just in the Greek.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about all of them today. Don't worry. I'm not going to get into minor gods and stuff.
Okay.
We're going to talk. I'm going to stick to, like, the main, like, pantheon once we get through the beginning of the universe.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Gaia and Uranus are considered king and queen of the universe because, you know, Chaos is off doing whatever the fuck he's doing. One problem, Uranus is a really shitty person.
Oh no.
And he imprisoned the Cyclops and the Hecatonchires, because there's, like, 3 of each of them, right? So you have, like, 3 Cyclops and 3 Hecatonchires, right? So 6 of those kids are now in Tartarus, the place, like, deep down in hell, locked up.
Right. Okay.
And as we know, you know, technically his sons, what the hell,
literally, because he's in hell.
and generally speaking, he's treating everyone that is not him like absolute shit.
Wow, what a dick.
Right?
Damn.
And, you know, because patriarchy, Gaia can't really take the throne from her husband's son.
Oh, yeah, I guess not, huh?
Yeah, so there is only one logical plan from this woman. She's gonna ask her kids to murder him.
Hey, kids, you know your pops? He's a okay fella. We're gonna fucking put him in the ground.
Yeah, she's ready to off him.
God damn.
Fuck no. So, she goes around to each of, the Titans, and is like, hey, your dad is really shitty.
Yeah, 100%.
We need to dethrone him and get rid of him, because if we don't get rid of him, he's just gonna try to usurp you again. And in place, you can be the new king.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty fair deal.
Yeah. However, most of the kids, nah. They're like, I'm not getting in with that. Like,
Really?
no, I refuse to be a part of that. Like, I know what's going to happen. He's going to best me. I'm going to die. No. Except for the baby of the family, Cronus.
Okay, that's a name I am kind of familiar with.
Yes. She walks up to him and is like, hey, your father brother is stupid.
Father, brother, sister, mother.
Your father brother is stupid.
Yeah.
Kill him for me. He's like,
Bet. Yes.
Fucking bet.
Love that.
So she gives him, it's either a sickle or a scythe. They're very similar.
They are very similar, yeah.
Point is, sharp curved object.
Ouchies.
Yeah. And, he's psyched. He's like, all right, let's go. I'm gonna be king. Let's go. Let's do this thing. So rather than just, kill him like a normal person, like slit his throat or something, now he has to add insult to injury first. And what's the best way to emasculate a man? Chop off his balls.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah,
Good heavens.
sickle. Thunk!
You know what? Mood.
And he picks it up, and he yeets it into the ocean. He's like, no.
His nuts?
Yeah, no man bits for you. Gone. Ocean.
To the sharks that
Yes.
don't exist yet.
Yes.
Maybe?
And proceeds to chop up Uranus's body. Like, you're done. Now, at this point, Uranus becomes more of a concept. He's like, he doesn't have a physical form anymore. He's a concept.
Gotcha.
He can't really do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And while Uranus is dying, essentially, his balls are leaking blood and semen into the ocean, and it happens to mix with some sea foam. Why is this important, you might ask? I'll tell you why. The first official goddess is born, and you might know them as the goddess of love and beauty. Aphrodite was born out of castrated man bits.
And sea foam.
Yes. Only pretty thing to ever come out of a man. I'm kidding.
No, you're not. Spit that truth.
So, Aphrodite, first official goddess to be ever in existence, because the rest of them are either titans or like deities. There's a distinct difference.
What is the difference?
It's kind of like a power difference almost.
So kind of like how they were born into the world?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So, at this point, we have probably like 30 people in existence. No, 45, sorry. So, with the inclusion of Aphrodite. So, now, Uranus is dead, and for a moment, things seem like they're gonna be okay. That moment was briefly lived. Because Kronos is somehow even fucking worse than Uranus. He not only does not, like, let his brothers out of Tartarus, he puts them in a lower level and puts heavier locks on. And goes back to treating everyone else like shit. And Gaia can't do anything because no one's going to take on Cronus, because Cronus is a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think?
And so, like, there's that. And so she just kind of pulls a chaos and, like, nah, I'm done. And is now a concept.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not? So, Kronos, he's lonely. He's like, I need someone to be by my side. Hey, Sister Rhea, come here. You're my wife now. You don't have an option. You're my wife. And she's like, alright, bet.
What? Wait. Hi.
And they fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to give them a pass on this because nasty.
There's not many people in
But
the
exactly, like the only other people to exist are their own siblings.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of ancestral incest going on.
Yeah.
And we just have to accept that it's a thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Bright side, Rhea, she gets a form of power. She's kind of like she gets treated a little nicer than, everyone else because it's like you're essentially his concubine.
Oh lordy.
But they get together, and like Guy is kind of like in like this state of like, if they can get their shit together, maybe I'll come back. Maybe I can like deal with it. Plot twist: no one ever gets their shit together.
Love it.
Ever.
Yeah.
And thus begins what we know as the Titanomachy.
The what? What?
The Titanomachy.
Okay.
Is the rule of the Titans. It's the first official like monarchy, I guess, because before it was just kind of like chaos.
Chaos.
So
there wasn't any hierarchy or anything.
Yeah. Okay. It was just kind of like a free for all. Like Uranus just kind of assumed power kind of thing. It's whatever.
Neat.
Like deal with it. And so like Titanomachy is like basically it's like, okay, there is a little bit of order to this, but I'm still an authoritarian government style.
Right.
Deal with it. It's a lot of dealing with it.
Apparently, yeah.
So, a couple of millennia go by, because this shit took forever.
Oh, of course.
Forever. And Kronos decides one day he's gonna ask the Fates about his future. The Fates were born from chaos. It was one of the few that
he had himself.
They like, hey, what can you tell me about my future? What prediction, what prophecy do you have for me? An update. It's not good.
Not looking pretty.
No. A sire of his will dethrone him.
Oh.
But you know what? He's not that worried. Because, his sister wife, she's not pregnant.
Judging by the look on your face.
Never mind. She is.
Oh goodness.
Tough luck. Better luck next time. Because it's not it's like actual pregnancy. Several months go by, and then finally, the first child was born. I'm gonna give you a reenactment of what happened.
Oh no.
or what how I like to think it happened.
Okay.
So Kronos sees the child and is like, "May I hold the child?" And Raya, she just gave birth. It's like, I guess so. Just be gentle, You're kind of fucking rough with shit. He's like, "Don't worry, I will." And she's like, "Okay, I've named her Hestia. Please be gentle." And he looks at the child, proceeds to unhinge his jaw and swallow the child whole. Rhea screams out, "What the actual fuck?"
What? What?
The child, Hestia, is now in Kronos' stomach.
Still alive?
Yes.
What?
Huh? Clear as mud yet, folks.
What the fuck?
That's what Rhea said. Okay. he thought he was really smart for doing that. He's like, bam, kid out of the way. Cool.
Living in my tummy.
Yeah.
Full control.
Whatever. But guess what? He's a horny motherfucker. And wouldn't you guess it, she gets pregnant again.
Good sweet lord.
So, several more months go by. Another kid is born.
Mm-hmm.
This one, Poseidon.
Oh, hey. I know him.
Yeah. And Kronos is pulling up a surprised Pikachu face. He's like, how is this happening?
A child?
A child?
Children?
Children?
Oh,
And
hey, Kronos, what's your favorite food? Children.
you'd think that Rhea would be smart enough to, not hand over the child. However,
Oh, no.
no. And she gives him, and he swallows him whole for a second time. This would proceed to happen 3 additional times for a grand total of 5 swallowed kids.
Oh, chomping.
Yep.
She must not have really wanted the kids, I guess.
No, she really wanted the kids because it's like Cronus is a little bit of like an asshole. Like we need a kid here to kind of like.
Then why keep handing them over?
Well, this is when
After kid 2, you think you'd know he's just gonna have a snack.
this is when Rhea's epiphany kind of happened.
After 5?
She's like, you know what? I really don't want him to eat any more of my kids. Like my husband brother's a bit of a dick. Oh, I know. I'll hide the kid this time when it's born and feed him a fake baby. Because apparently there still needs to be a feeding of a baby.
Just don't tell him you're pregnant, or don't let him hold the child.
But you know what? She does just that. She gives birth to Zeus
Oh, God.
and hides him away with some nymphs who nurse him until he is fully grown. This is, in this case, like the gods that have been ingested, and also Zeus himself, are taking their time to form into full humans.
Right.
So they start as like actual infants.
And grow up.
Yes.
Okay.
She proceeds to feed Cronus a rock wrapped in a blanket. And he couldn't tell the difference.
So basically fed him his own brain because elevator music behind eyes and that dumbass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The important thing to realize about prophecies...
Don't feed your husband your children.
The important thing to realize about prophecies is that once a prophecy is made, there is no changing it.
It will happen.
It's gonna happen sooner or later. You cannot beat the fates, no matter how much you want to.
Mm-mm.
So, Zeus took a long-ass time to become an adult.
That sounds about
He
right.
took a sweet-ass time.
Mm-hmm.
Years. Fucking years.
Wow.
And, the nymphs are telling him of, his, great purpose and, what he's supposed to do kind of thing. He's gonna go to his father's throne. He's gonna save his siblings because they're in the stomach.
Just pop
Yeah.
that belly open.
Yeah. And they're growing at the same time, so it's like...
How?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they're still alive in his stomach.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You gotta realize that, titans are, massive.
I guess, yeah, they're giants.
Yeah.
They're not even giants. They're
Yeah.
huge. They're
Yeah.
titans. They're
Yes.
Yeah.
They're honking.
skyscraper sized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe bigger.
Yeah.
Who knows? Anyway, so he... We still don't really know how they didn't die in there, though, but we're just gonna accept that.
Well, I mean...
There's stomach acid in there, you gotta remember, it's a proper stomach.
Okay, yeah, because Kronos, being a child of Gaia,
Yes.
isn't just, the concept kind of human. He's a
Yeah.
functioning humanoid.
They all have physical forms.
Mm.
And a lot of the times, the whole things with, the whole, deity versus God thing, in general, if you are the god of something, you are also the concept of something.
Oh, okay.
And it's a really interesting thing,
Mm-hmm.
how that works out. But, yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Zeus, finally, He's grown.
Hmm.
He done been new. And so
The grown-ass man.
grown-ass man decides, alright, I am strong enough, I'm smart enough, I'm probably not gonna swallow any kids on my way. Let's go!
So he'd be like regular human size, right? Or
No.
is he Titanus?
No, he's like a Titan size too.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
if he were to take a human form, he would be probably close to our size. Because
Right.
as mortals, we cannot understand the concept of what their true form looks like.
Oh.
Because it is beyond comprehension.
Right.
So they take human form or other forms when they interact with mortals.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that,
Yeah, we can actually perceive them.
yes, because otherwise our brains would actually explode. There's a
Oh,
myth
shit.
on it. But
Goddamn.
anyway, actually it was like they like burst into flames, but it's beside the point.
Damn.
So Zeus activates stealth mode, right? He's like, I'm gonna get in a costume. I'm gonna make it theatrical.
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna play the part of servant.
Oh.
And he sneaks up into Mount Olympus. Well, no, it's Mount Tez. Sorry, Mount Tez. Mount Olympus comes in later, yeah. And he goes to where Kronos is, and he's like, I have a beverage for you, sir. And Kronos doesn't pay attention to anything, so he doesn't know
Mm-hmm.
anything.
I mean, how would he know what Zeus looks like anyway?
Yeah, but
So.
he doesn't like know what his servants look like, so it's like it's not
Yeah.
unusual that there's like
New ones coming
Yeah.
in and out
Yeah,
or
so it's
whatever.
like-
Yeah.
beverage for you. And he in Zeus's mind, he's like chanting over in his head, save siblings, kill dead, take place as king. It sounds familiar, but we're going for it.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. So he's like, drink, sir, please.
Have some sippies.
Yeah, and Kronos is like, well, fuck you, but okay. And he goes, and he takes the goblet, and he goes for like a swig of it.
Mm-hmm.
And this mixture that's in there that Zeus made, disgusting.
Ugh.
Like jungle juice mixed with like extra shit in there. Right?
Ugh.
Like it's like nasty.
Gotcha.
Kronos proceeds to power puke up his siblings, like, oh,
When you
just
when
full
you
humans. Ow! What? That was 5, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Pretty damn close.
Another reenactment because
You know that feeling when you eat too much and you just gotta up the children that you decided
Yeah.
to eat.
he's like, "Gah! What the fuck do you think you are, making me throw up my lunch?" And Zeus proceeds to rip off the blanket he's using as a disguise. It's like, the instrument of your demise. And I imagine Kronos be like,
Legasp.
he's like, who the fuck are you? And then Zeus would be, also your son.
Yeah.
And then, surprise, Pikachu face.
What?
What?
A son?
I didn't eat you, what the hell?
A child.
A child. So, Kronos, not happy to hear that there's another son that not only he did not eat, but also is, like, confronting him right now.
Mhm.
And he's like,
Almost like the fates are coming true.
he's like, absolutely fucking not.
Mm.
This is not happening. Not in my home.
Not in front of my salad.
Not in front of my throwed up salad.
Mommy, I throwed up.
So, Kronos is like, I wage war on you. He decides, it's like, war. No, we're not, I'm not just gonna kill you, it's war. War's happening. And Zeus is like, bet, alright.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Bring it.
So, and like, Kronos thinks this, like, a lot of people's gonna be on his side. And,
Mhm.
you know, he's got a decent amount of, like, titans on his side, and, like, some of the giants, and, like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple of titans are like, screw you, man. I like the spunk of this little kid over here.
Yeah.
Whew.
Made you puke up the kids you ate.
Yeah, goes over, including Rhea. Rhea's like,
His wife.
yeah,
Little-
screw you. Stop eating my children.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
So we have that. We have some titans over there, and you know the puked up siblings.
Gotcha.
And thus begins the war, which goes on for a millennia.
Holy shit.
It goes on for a really long time.
Yeah.
And they're fighting and stuff. And, like, Zeus somehow sneaks down into Tartarus and is like, I'm freeing you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and he frees the Hecatonchires and the Cyclops. And they're grateful. So they're like, alright, we're helping you. We're going to make your weapons. We're going to use our 100 hands to throw rocks at those guys. Bet. Let's go.
Wait, this was Zeus that went down and
Yes.
saved them? Hell
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
So the Hecatonchires, they're yeeting rocks. The Cyclops making lightning bolts, making tridents, making a helm of darkness.
I wonder who those go to.
And just, you know, unfortunately, the three sisters didn't really get any weapons because, you know, patriarchy.
Women.
But when you think about it, powerful enough on their own that they didn't need anything.
Fucking right. Hell yeah.
Awesome. So, you know, it goes on for far too long until finally Zeus is facing his father mano a mano.
Got the big guns out.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna bop them.
I'm gonna bop him so hard. And it's kind of funny because it's like his father uncle. So like, in my notes I'm like Funkle.
Funkle.
Funkle. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Funkle.
But, and you'd never guess that how he achieves.
Does he eat him?
No,
Oh.
he castrates him
Oh.
before chopping him up and throwing him into Tartarus. Instead of throwing him into the ocean, he's like, nah, your bits into Tartarus, and you're staying there.
Damn.
Because he's chopped up.
Yeah.
Now he's just a concept. He can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like, well, shit.
And shit. I done had the same thing done to me what I did to my daddy.
He's all surprised. He's like, what? How?
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 How did this happen?
Oh my god.
Nobody told me this was gonna happen.
So, in the most patriarchal way possible, the three boys, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, they decide to divide up the domains of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
The sky, the underworld, the sea. No one is allowed to touch the earth because the earth is grandma and we don't fuck
The
with
earth is
grandma.
Gaia's, yeah.
we don't fuck with grandma.
No, we don't piss grandma off.
Yeah. So, you know, Zeus becomes king of the gods because he did save everyone
I guess.
and claims the heavens or the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Poseidon takes the oceans because, you know, he's the he's the second oldest after Hestia. So he's like, okay, well then I get to keep the oceans. Like, meh.
Yeah. I'm technically the oldest over the three boys, so
Yeah.
I get next pick.
Yeah. And Hades is left with the underworld,
Yeah.
which he might have not been too excited about, but you know what? He at least gets something.
Yeah.
The three girls, Hestia, Demeter, and Hera, don't really get anything.
Right.
They do still have like awesome powers and stuff, so and they are goddesses of specific things.
Right.
So it is what it is. And without the war, it's getting kind of boring.
Oh god. I see a cycle forming. Yeah.
And what do we do when we're bored?
Honey.
What proceeds next is a mere fraction of the biggest ancestral incest ever documented. Everybody's fucking everybody.
Everybody fucking.
The only difference is that, you know, Hera is, you know, Zeus's new wife because
Sister wife?
yeah, we can't get away from that.
Okay. Yep.
It's just a thing that happens.
Alright, okay.
Hera is, for the most part, pretty loyal. Zeus, no. Just a big no.
Mm-hmm. Not even a question mark, just no, period.
Yeah. If you can think of it, he's probably put his penis into it or turned into it to have sex with such a thing.
Lordy.
Yes. So we go through that, and like, everyone's screwing everyone, and then we get to the actual pantheon of the gods, like the Olympian pantheon, which
Okay.
most people know.
Right.
Most of them are Zeus's offspring. Putting that out there, just
Okay.
because Zeus,
Mm-hmm.
he's having the most sex out of everyone.
Yeah.
Because like Poseidon does have kids with other people, but is pretty faithful to his nymph wife.
Right.
And Hades has his own little adventures, but you know, he again pretty faithful.
Mhm.
After one point, he doesn't really do anything else with anyone.
Right.
There's probably like 2 partners before the current queen of the
Mhm.
underworld. So, So we
Is
have
that who I'm thinking who it is? Okay, cool.
so the main 12 pantheon. We have Zeus,
Mm-hmm.
we have Hera, we have Poseidon, we have Hades, we have Hera, we have Hestia, we have Demeter, we have Hermes, we have Ares, we have Aphrodite, we have Apollo, we have Artemis, we have Athena, we have Dionysus, we have Hephaestus. Who am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Hermes. Jeez.
You said him.
Did I?
Yep.
Did I say Ares?
I think.
I said it out of order that I normally go. Hold on, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Hera, Hestia, Demeter, Athena, Ares, Aphrodite, Apollo, Artemis, Hermes, Dionysus. Did I say Dionysus?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it then.
Okay.
I got it right.
Cool. There's a lot to keep track of there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can usually, like, if I wasn't, like, recording, I probably wouldn't be as stressed about it. So.
No stress. No stress.
But, so that's our, like, main pantheon, and most of the myths that you'll encounter in, like, school or in, like, reading or just, like, in, like, general, like, hearing about things, are going to be pertained to those 12.
Right.
And their adventures. There are other myths that are like more like based on the demigods, which are who said gods
Have.
have had as children
Right. Okay.
and their adventures. Where am I going? So that is like basically how like we get
Where it all starts.
where we get the Earth.
Cool.
Humans aren't here yet.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So the next part of that is one of the Titans who what time are we at anyway?
48.
We have time for this part then.
Cool.
So one of the Titans that had sided with Zeus, we know as Prometheus.
Mm-hmm.
And Zeus decides, since he's been a good guy, he was a Titan, but you know what? He's been chill, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the task of filling up Earth, because we need something to, like, rule over, and we need something to worship us, kind of thing. Like,
Right.
we need something to do.
Yeah.
Fill the Earth. So Prometheus is going, and, like, he's given magic and essentially clay. And he's, like, he's making creatures. He's, like, like, making, like, shapes of things, and, like, we get, like, zebras and all that fun stuff.
Oh, cool.
And Prometheus has a brother who I always have a hard time pronouncing, so I'm just going to call him E.
Okay.
So E is kind of like watching, because like, he didn't really take part in either side.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Prometheus, do you think I could have a go at making something? And Prometheus is like, oh, okay. I only got like this like last clump left,
Mm-hmm.
but here, make something. And so he forms essentially a mini god. It's not very tall. It's only 5 feet tall. But he made quite a few of them. He made like at least 10 of them.
Hmm.
And he puts the magic in them. there plops him down on Earth. And Prometheus is looking at him. He's like, well, what is their purpose? You know, everything else kind of has a purpose. And E is just like, I don't really know. They're just kind of there,
Same.
right? And Prometheus becomes rather fond of them. Zeus isn't quite happy because, like, okay, there's these weird little things. They don't do anything, and they're eating, like, the bowls that I want as, like, my sacrifice and stuff. Like, why are they here? I'm gonna try to get rid of them,
Right.
basically. And Prometheus is like, I mean, they're not really hurting anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, Zeus is like, alright, go down there, tell them stop killing the best of the animals for themselves and give them to me.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever. And Prometheus is like, yeah, sure. So he goes down, and he sees that they're, like, barely surviving as it is. So he goes behind Zeus's back, and is like, alright, I'm going to give you possibly the greatest gift I could give you currently. And he gives them fire.
Ooh.
And from that, they start, you know, they can cook, they can have light, they start kind of growing and stuff. And Zeus notices this. And he's like, hey.
Zeus will remember this.
Yeah, Zeus is like, what the hell is going on? Because he's still not getting good sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, who gave them fire? And everyone kind of looks at Prometheus.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, because he cares about these things. He might have not created them, but he cares so deeply about them.
Yeah, which is wicked.
And Zeus is like, I don't like this. This is not okay. You need to be punished. Like, yes, they are sacrificing to me, and I guess I can play with them, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But no. I punish you to be chained to a rock, and every day an eagle will come and rip out your liver, and by the end of the night, it will magically grow back. And this is what will be your eternity.
Jesus.
And that is how humans were made. Isn't Greek mythology fun and not gross?
Oh, God. And here we are today.
Yeah. So,
oh, lordy.
that is a basic intro, I suppose, to
how we got here, at least.
Yeah, and like the beginning of the universe, and then like if we ever want to like do more, we can go into like some of like the
oh hell yeah, I'm intrigued. So
hero stories, and
if I'm gonna listen to it, I'm gonna make everybody else that listens to this podcast also learn.
Yeah, because like there's so many interesting stories, and like it's funny because like some of like the like scientific theories we know now and stuff are like things like even like echoes have their own story,
like a sound echo, like
the sound, they have their own story of how they were created.
Shit. That's so cool.
It's a cute but also very sad story.
Oh, I feel like most things in mythology are cute or cool, or it always has the asterisk but a little sad.
Yeah. So I did try to keep it, lighter in terms of...
Oh, no, you did wonderful. That was awesome. Even as somebody like me with ADHD brain that, like, usually can't remember a lot of shit, will I remember all those names? No.
Oh, God.
But, like, even just through that little bit, I'm like, oh, it makes more sense now of, like, who's connected where and who's what and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I still love my Queenie Nyx. She's always been my favorite. Mainly because she's, like, night and sky and stars and shit, and that's my MO, so.
And, like, she didn't really, like, take sides in the whole, like, Titanomic-y, like, debate thing.
I'm just gonna hang it up here and watch you do dumb shit.
Yeah, it's like y'all fucking stupid.
Yep.
But, that is the basics of my very long-winded obsession.
Love it.
You got any questions?
No, not yet, really.
No?
I am, so that is like kind of the base knowledge what I knew. Some of the relationships I wasn't 100% like I didn't know, but that was kind of the base of where I was aware of things happening.
Just for like general thing, like going forward, Zeus and Hera are technically married. That does not stop Zeus.
Nope.
Um, Aphrodite and Hephaestus are married, but Aphrodite has a big affair that is known to everyone with Ares. That is pretty common. Hestia doesn't have anyone. She's just kind of vibing. You know, she doesn't need anyone. Artemis, forever virgin. She doesn't need anyone, kind of thing.
Artemis is goddess of the hunt.
Yes,
Hell
and
yeah.
technically of night, which is where we have like some like, cause like there's like a little bit of overlap from like the like, which is why I put the difference between titans, deities, and gods.
Right.
She kind of takes over a little bit, which is
she's
why,
the front man for it.
Yeah. Like, this is why it was like Nyx is in my mind more the personification of night rather than, and
that makes sense.
The other thing with mythos, specifically Greek myths, that you have to realize is that because it was orally passed down, there are so many different versions of what happened. So
true.
if there's something that like I said that isn't how you learned it, that's fine. It's just we learned different ways, kind of thing. And I think that's like a really cool thing.
Oh, I mean, it's the same with like so many different mythologies. Is there's different. I mean, fucking even look at people with the fucking Bible. Like, there's different ways that people interpret it, right? So it's a difference between how it was written and how it's interpreted.
Yes, because there are different ways. I am just putting this out here for anyone that doesn't know. Greek mythology is incredibly fucking queer. There is no way around it. The gods don't really have gender. There is one god named Hermaphroditus. If you don't know about Hermaphroditus, they are the child of Hermes and Aphrodite. They are intersex.
Cool.
Like, they have all the parts.
Is that where the term comes from?
The original term hermaphrodite comes from hermaphroditus, but hermaphrodite isn't correct for referring to humans, from my understanding.
Oh, okay.
But
not
anymore.
Politically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But, you know, that's how we get that term. That's how that exists. Zeus and all the other gods have had many different lovers of many different genders. And some bestiality.
And some species, yeah, I was gonna say.
There's stories of women dressing up as men because they want a better life, kind of thing, and they know what they can do, kind of thing. And it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
As it's written, like, it's just a fact.
It just is, yeah.
There is queerness painted on pottery.
Oh, hell yeah.
That you can find very easily.
I wonder why Kiera likes Greek mythology so much.
This was before I realized that I was queer.
Well, it probably was maybe a bit of a stepping stone.
Maybe a little. 9-year-old Kiera didn't know what they were getting into.
Well, look at you now.
Yeah. So, and again, I would love the chance to actually go and, like, get my classics degree. That way I could, like, really, like, get into it more.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
From my research of 12 years.
Oh, lordy.
I'm not saying I'm anywhere, like, close to being able to be like, yeah, no, I could, like, you should just give me the degree. I was like, no, I still have a lot to learn, obviously. But I do have quite a bit of knowledge on it, so if you ever have any questions, please let me know.
Talk to them about Greek mythology all day long.
Yes.
Talk Greek mythology to her, baby.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for teaching me and teaching all of our listeners.
Yeah.
And we definitely will be doing more of this because, like I said, I am interested in learning more. And if we do it during the podcast, then my brain will be like, okay, you're gonna listen and you're gonna pay attention.
And like we could like always like separate it into like different themes because like there are like different like themes for like different stories kind of thing because like I don't think I want to like get into like the things like the Iliad and the Odyssey because like that can be a lot for people. And
we'll try to keep it as light as possible,
Yeah.
and maybe if we do other stuff, we could put it. Not that we have a Patreon. Man, I'm pushing. We're gonna have a Patreon someday.
as someone who is reading the Iliad for fun currently, yeah, I'm aware I'm a nerd.
That'll be some just bonus content people can consume if they want to.
Yeah,
Kinda thing.
I can read out the prose version of it.
Amazing.
It's gonna be a lot of stuttering.
You did wonderful. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. It's just like when I have to like read from a page.
Yeah,
Is where the
true.
thing, yeah,
That's fair. I mean, we just you heard me during our Mad Lib recording. I can't fucking read normally, let alone when it's Mad Libs, and all the words are fucky anyway.
To be fair, that like one section,
Oh my god, that was horrible.
someone didn't know what pronouns.
Someone
were.
had no idea what they were doing.
No.
Well.
I has been done to salad.
He is us, they is them, he is us, we, meh. Thank you for learning about Greek mythology with us, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Bye! Bye! Don't be a Zeus, keep your dick in your pants.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, we just wanted to pop back in here at the end of the episode and thank you again for listening and let you know where you can find us.
You can find me, Kiera, on all social platforms under the name Fish Antlers. I also have an online store. Maybe check it out. It's also called Fish Antlers.
And you can find me, Emily, on all social media platforms under Lil Halfling for my personal account or Seymour Snaps for some photography stuff that is mentioned in quite a few of our episodes. But it's fun to do.
For more Gremlins by Nature, we are on all socials at Gremlins by Nature. We'd love to hear from you guys, so tag us or hashtag the GBN pod or Gremlins by Nature and let us know what you want to hear us talk about.
Or if you have any additional stories or information on things we've already talked about, we want to hear about that too.
You can listen to our episodes every second Friday, anywhere you can listen to podcasts. And if you can't find us where you normally listen, let us know and we'll add ourselves there.
Thanks all. Bye.